second Snyder Cut trailer is out. It came out 4 hours ago as of my recording this. I don't think you'll see this tonight. I think you'll probably see it tomorrow. Um, but the response I got to the first Snyder Cut reaction was pretty goddamn wild. And as such, I figure it's time to do a second one. Now, I do plan on doing a sort of video going over some of the funnier mean comments I got on the first Snyder Cut trailer reaction video, because they're pretty good. I've been meaning to do it for months, since like Christmas time. I was actually going to make it part of the Christmas special, but I never got around to it. So we'll see if this video does well and I can justify making a third video about the Snyder Cuts trailers. I can do that. Anyway, without further ado, let's watch the Snyder Cut trailer number deuce. I shall see you upon completion. Okay, that's the trailer. Yeah, I have to say, it's a lot better than the last one. The last one was just a really obvious song set to a bunch of like slow motion clips and on the nose religious imagery. This one still has a bit of the religious tone. It's less obvious and it's less in your face. I think they say hell 3 times in about 2 seconds though at one point. This is a marked improvement over the last trailer. I don't think it's good. I think it's a lot of cobbled together nonsense. But that's kind of what you get in a lot of these sort of final trailers for these kind of movies. It is just sort of like action shot, action shot, action shot, cut the face, action shot, cut the face, action shot, set to like vaguely interesting music. And that's what this is. There's no flow at all. It's just all random bullshit, but at least it's like something to be excited about in this one. I think Superman looks fantastic. I think the suit's really cool. The Death and Return of Superman aesthetic is something I really dig, even if those stories aren't known for being particularly good. Yeah, no, I think the Superman suit's fantastic. I like the references to Green Lantern. I think that was Tomar Ray, or a member of the species of Tomar Ray. I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of a big Green Lantern fan. In the trailer, which is really cool. I like Tomar Ray as a character. I don't think we're going to actually see Tomar Ray outside of that flashback. I can't recall if it's the same character model they used for the original movie during that fight scene. To be honest, I didn't get a good look at it. I've only seen Justice League probably... Well, I've got it on Blu-ray, so I've watched it once at home, and I watched it once in theaters. But yeah, it's weird. The Batman voiceover it's a little strange. It doesn't really seem like Batman. Again, I don't think Batman being the person who gets the team together necessarily makes sense to begin with. I don't think that's really the role Batman traditionally serves, especially this Batman, who is in a much darker place than the Batman we're used to. And the Batman we're used to is usually reluctant to join up with teams like the Justice League. So it's nigh impossible to imagine a Batman like this not only joining a team, but constructing it from scratch. Yeah, it's a strange shift for the character. I mean, he did it in the original cut, but again, it was a weird thing in the original cut too. There's a lot more cool stuff, I think, in this trailer. There's a lot more comic booky elements. I like the Omega Beams. They look awesome. I think Darkseid, again, I cannot stress how awful Darkseid looks. I love Darkseid as a character. I think he's really badass. I think the fact that he's wearing armor to begin with is a problem. Darkseid, he wears it in the New 52, and that's a decent story. I don't think Darkseid would actually wear armor, though. I think the Darkseid in the Jeff Johns comic is really bad, because Darkseid, first of all, he doesn't get into a one-to-one hands-on conflict if he doesn't have to. He outsmarts his opponents if he can before he gets into a battle. Um, but when he does, he doesn't wear armor because then people think he needs it, and his ego simply wouldn't allow for that perception to exist. Uh, I think he looks really bad. I think the character design overall is really bad. I think in the first video I referred to him as a sort of a gray marshmallow that's sort of been left out in the sun, or some variation thereof, and I hold by that. I think he looks even worse in one particular scene in this where he's wearing like a lot of armor, and he's sort of like melting, and he's got like a grill on. I think that looks really weird and really stupid. He's kind of like inflamed, not inflamed in the traditional sense, but one who is encompassed in flame and molten makeup, and he's just really fucking stupid looking, and not just from a design aspect, but the CGI is terrible. I'm surprised they made. I can't remember exactly what the budget for this remake is. I'm impressed that they were able to squeeze in as much as they were out of that money, though, because this is like more. This is a motion picture worth of After Effects just sort of slapped onto an already existing film. I think the dialogue's really bad, but that's been a problem with the film since the first one came out. I don't think that the characters are going to improve much. A lot of the film is just the first one, is my understanding, with different stuff added sort of in between. I think one of the biggest problems with this is they're trying to do too much. So now not only do we have Steppenwolf, which I think should have been completely redacted from the film if possible. I get that there's a finished product you're kind of splicing up and putting new scenes in. But if at all possible, I think Steppenwolf should have been entirely removed in favor of Darkseid, because it's way too much shit now, and I don't think we're getting a lot more character development with the Justice League themselves. So now we have Steppenwolf and the Mother Boxes, as well as like, what, 5 Justice Leaguers or 6 Justice Leaguers or whatever the fuck. And in addition to those characters, you also have Amy Adams' Lois Lane, who's like a nothing character already in the original one, so I can't imagine she'll be much more important in this one. And you have Superman's mom, who appears to have a new subplot because she has glowing red eyes, which serves to imply that that she's been possessed by Darkseid, or perhaps Darkseid is masquerading as her, or some shit. And so you have another instance where you have this tacked on plot element that existed in the first one, and you're tacking more shit on to the tacked on plot element, and now you've got 2 villains instead of 1 villain, and you've got 2 MacGuffins. You've got the terraforming of Earth, so he wants to obtain Apocalypse, and he wants to obtain the Mother Boxes, and Steppenwolf is trying to obtain the Mother Boxes, and then you have Doomsday, and or not Doomsday, you have Darkseid, and he's controlling Steppenwolf, and it's all his machinations, and then you have the future stuff, and you have a 3rd villain with the Joker who's tacked on in the film, and so you have another villain, and so now you have 3 villains, and now you have more future stuff with the present stuff, and the Superman, and there's more to but it's fucking slow down, man! It's too much! It's too much shit! You've got like 2.5 hours! Reel it back. It's more apparent now than ever that Justice League was intended to be a 2-part project and not just one film. God damn, is there a lot of bullshit jam-packed into this. Now, as even-handed as I'm being in this sort of reaction, I know that Zack Snyder fans are going to come out of the woodworks because they're fucking crazy. Zack Snyder fans are so crazy. I don't think they're watching at this point, but if you are, I respect the fact that you at least watch to the end to see what I'm saying. But yeah, some of the fans in the last video were fucking wild, as I alluded to at the beginning of this review, or whatever you want to call it. But there was like, people were telling me I should die and that I was a mistake by God because I didn't like the Zack Snyder Justice League trailer. And it's like, whoa, bring it back a little bit. And I think the problem is people like Zack Snyder, people like Rob Liefeld, people like Michael Bay, these sort of like objectivist type folks, these sort of like juvenile spectacle people, they attract a fan base who are very, very loyal, but they share the same mentalities in a lot of ways. They're juvenile, immature individuals who attract a following of juvenile, immature individuals who, like the creators they respect so much, do not take well to criticism. And so you get this situation where I have never had any sort of noticeable presence of Zack Snyder followers, because they are followers on my YouTube channel. And then I make one video that's critical of a Zack Snyder project, and all of a sudden they're ranting and raving at me. They're foaming at the mouth. They're fucking clawing down my metaphorical doors. It's wild. And I part of me really kind of hopes that it happens again, so that I'll have even more material to work into my comment response video. And at first I was responding through comments, and then I was getting so many of them that were so wild and so crazy and so out there that I'm like, I gotta stop responding to these comments, and I gotta make a video about this. And I am going to do that, and I look forward to doing so. But I'm going to hold off for just a little bit longer, because I'm interested to see what the response to this video in particular will be. So, with that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for not freaking the fuck out. If you don't freak the fuck out, that's it's appreciated. On the other hand, don't make up anger in the comment section, because I do want to have a genuine case file of these Zack Snyder supporters. Draw whatever parallels to politics with that as you want, but it just sort of slipped out, fitting though it may be. I'll talk to you guys later.